Do you know what hell looks like? The Abrahamic religions would have you believe it's a fiery pit ruled by Satan, but they are wrong. Dante's Inferno is way off as well. Sure, there are sinners, but there are no circles. The Greeks almost described it, but you can forget about anything as pleasant as the fields of asphodel. No, Camus knows what I'm talking about. It's the myth of Sisyphus. Well, that's close at least. You see, hell does not take the form of a mountain and boulders straight out of Tartarus. It takes the form of something much worse. A ladder. In the prime of my life, I was an OU god. Official smoke on tourney, I win that. Genesect suspect testing, I no banned that. D-night D-dancing, I sculled that. In fact, I was at the top when it all came crashing down. I got home from a long day of winning when I clicked search for a battle, and then I heard a rustling. I checked my window to see what made the noise, but saw nothing. Maybe it was a raccoon or something. My battle had started without me, and the noob on the other hand started the timer. But the dude was a lightweight, couldn't handle my predicts. I 5-0'd the casual after switching in my Scarflando tea on his Starmie. I went to grab a Dr. Pepper from my fridge when there was a scuttling sound from the floor above me. My aura was so powerful, no human beings could stay alive in my presence, so I lived alone. Was there a rabid mongoose upstairs? I had to find out. As I passed my computer, I clicked find a battle again so that there would be another when I came back down. Using my phone as a flashlight, I checked the bathroom, the bedroom, and the useless guest room, but everything was still weird. I rushed back down to make my move, and the chat said battle timer is now on. I had 120 seconds to make my move. I got the lead matchup right, lead Thunderous T against his Polytoad, got the easy Specs HP Ice off into his Chump Switch and switched in Scarm on the Outrage, then got up my hazards. These scrubs make this game too free. GG, I said. He left without responding. I remembered I still hadn't gotten my Dr. Pepper, the king of sodas, the intelligentsia selection. I grabbed a bottle I had cooled in my fridge, then got back to my seat. There was something eerie about the next battle. I used the basic background for PS, but it suddenly changed to all black #New Zealand Rugby. Instead of sprites, both of our teams consisted entirely of Pikachu skeletons. My avatar was a floating youngster head, and it was crying blood. My opponent's avatar was a winged demon. It was then that I noticed my opponent's name, up with Mephistopheles. Suddenly in chat, the battle timer turned on. I wasn't sure of what to do, so I tried clicking on one of the Pikachu skeletons. It started the battle, one of each of our Pikachus against each other. Pikachu had only 2 attacks, Struggle and Requiem. Struggle was the normal struggle, but Requiem was a special death-type attack that was 85 base power, 90 accuracy, with 8 PP. It had no secondary effect. Instead, its description said, "There is no hope." I clicked it, but the only thing to happen was a message appeared in the chat. Apparently, Showdown registered that I had typed, "Why are you doing this to me?" I hadn't. A new message appeared, this time from nobody. "You have 90 seconds to make a move." What happened to my 120 seconds? A loud thump came from upstairs. I clicked on Requiem again. "It hurts so much." A message from me appeared in the chat. A puddle of blood appeared under my avatar's floating head. "You have 100 seconds to make a move." What's going on? I clicked Requiem a 3rd time. "I'll do anything if you stop." "You have 45 seconds to make a move." Then my opponent typed in a 3-letter phrase, the Trinomicon, the 3 letters that must not be said in a row. CAC. I can only say them now because I'm already in hell. There's no worse punishment than the one I'm experiencing right now. Another, louder thump comes from upstairs. I'm sweating. Up with Mephistopheles types in, "What's wrong, Kappa?" He spells what's without an apostrophe. Finally, I decide to click Struggle. My skeleton Pikachu's sprite vibrates rapidly, then collapses to a pile of bones with a Pika skull on top. The timer hits 5, 4. There's a loud crash from directly above me. 3. A crack appears on my ceiling. 2, a dead raccoon, the one from before, flies into my house through the window, sending shards of glass everywhere. 1, crash! A massive hole appears in my ceiling, and standing in front of me is a 9-foot-tall behemoth. His head is that of a bull, and he has a mane that appears not unlike an afro. "Hello," he says in a booming voice. "It is I, the one they call B00Zbub, for I am the Lord of the Freeze." I glance back at my battle, which I have lost, but my screen is just an enlarged gif of Up with Mephistopheles juggling my avatar's floating head as the Trainomicon flashes on and off like a strobe light. As the demon in front of me prepares to afro smash me into submission, I see a book that I don't remember ever owning on the ground at my feet. On it is a picture of 2 demons, the 2 from tonight. I look at the cover. It's the Ars Goetia from the Lesser Key of Solomon. The classification for tonight's demons: TRYHAR. And then everything went black. I woke up clinging for dear life to this ladder. I know that I'm in hell, for like Sisyphus in his mountain, I can climb all I want, but otherworldly forces keep me from getting anywhere. I am forever stuck at the bottom of the ladder, cursed to make predictions when none are required, cursed to main balanced hackmons, and cursed to run outrage on my Landorus teas. So, like, this is most def series, so, like, I mean, sub 5 more memes, like 5 more cacks. And the narrator of the story I just read was Herc, so take that as you will. Alright, cool.